Hey, folks, need a hand? He's literally handless. What's up, guys? They with a pencil here. Fun fact: I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact: do I? If I don't, why do I not remember? It's only been 2. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty drawn for Frieren. It's peak. It's peak every 2 weeks, but unfortunately, I can't even say it's peak every 2 weeks. We're on break again, on another hiatus. But apparently, it's because Tsukasa Abe-sensei is just, struggling. And I don't blame him. I don't, like, being a mangaka, especially a mangaka of their caliber, is hard. It is unbelievably hard. So, like, we're on hiatus again. Unknown hiatus. I mean, I appreciate when we were back. This does technically open up a slot on the channel, kind of, sort of, even though Frieren was bi-weekly. So, like, I don't know what I'll do with that. I currently have 2 copyright strikes on the channel, so, like, I'm kind of just scared. I'm kind of scared regardless to do anything. But we'll see. I don't know when Frieren's going to be back, but once it's back, I'm going to be covering it again. But let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into chapter 147 of Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. But before that, we have this juicy color page to break down. Frieren looking immaculate. Fern looking just awfully murderous. I ain't gonna lie to you. Those look like the eyes of someone who does not have any mercy in their soul. Stark looking a little bit lost, my boy. Meanwhile, my glorious, handsome, legendary, mature, woman-loving sign is mugging as always. Let's see. Interesting. Chapter 147, The Land with No Hero. Oh, so I guess we're getting backstory on this? Are we not even going to continue off what happened last chapter? I mean, the whole intro joke about Fall. Are we not going to continue that? But we may be getting back on this guy. The Land with No Hero. Lord, what is his name? What is his name? Oh, what's this guy's name? Lord. I know it's not his actual real name. I know he's a lord. Hold on. Lord Rowe. There it is. Lord. My brain was like, we have to go back. And then immediately clicked like, no, we don't, wait. Lord Rowe. Whatever his actual name is, we may be getting backstory on him, the land with no hero. Very interesting. I'm assuming this will be a land untouched by Himmel and his legacy. But I suppose that's also because, like, I don't think the heroes are revered nearly as much in the Empire. I think that was like a lore point, right? I mean, like, they have the one statue, but notably it's like very inaccurate. So I guess, and notably, obviously it's been a while since the hero passed away. That's the whole point of the manga. But still, it's reason enough that they should have actually had an accurate description of Himmel and like what he was supposed to look like. So realistically, I wouldn't be shocked if the Empire, where I presume Ro, or at least one of its maybe territories where he grew up, may have been a land untouched by the hero. But let's see. Let's not waste more time. I'm still so worried for Sari, dog. Please, I'm sorry. But shockingly, a lot of y'all are confident that Sari's not going. I give y'all credit. A lot of y'all are really confident Sari's not going. But let's see. Chapter 147. Oh. Even more color. Oh, wow. I did not well, he's missing the arm. I was about to say just his head. Nope. Like a good chunk of his forearm is gone. But it looks like... Why am I forgetting the names? It's not Methode. That is not Methode. Why is my brain screaming M? It's not Minus. That's the mage. Gosh darn it. I literally had the Google in my pocket too. I don't know how to reach out later with this one. But, let me see. Let me go to Shadow Warriors. Whoa, no. Shadow Warriors. I saw you fly. I will attack you with every fiber of my being if you do not escape this room. Please. Shadow Warriors. What is your name? This is going to be the first time I'm going to... So if you think of battle names now, wait till we go on hiatus for a little bit and I don't reread for one reason or another. I will definitely forget. But let's see. It is... It's not Lore, is it? Is it Lore? Is it Lore? No, yeah, that's the sister. Kreese, Gazelle, no... It's not routine. Actually, maybe routine. Yeah, routine. I'm not sure if it has a special pronunciation. I know land is like Lond. And what was the other one? There's another Frieren name that I commonly mispronounce because it's like said as a different way. But let's see. Your Excellency. Oh, I know. It's all going according to plan. Oh, really? Really? Well, I suppose, like, as long as the fights are happening and slowly but surely Suri is losing her guards, I'm assuming Ro himself can get active very quickly. But I am actually shocked that Routine has green hair. Even if it is a lighter green hair, she actually matches her opponent, Ubel, who has the deep, dark forest green hair. And Iris has reddish hair. I feel like this was shown. Was this shown? Was this shown in that like big color cover page? I think maybe this was shown already, but it just did not register for your boy. But let's see. Everything is going according to Keikaku, supposedly. Hold on. This will bother me if I don't fix this. Oh, it's gonna bother me still. I see that little difference. I'm gonna, you know what? We're gonna make it just a little. I'd rather have. There we go. I'd rather have too much than not too little. But let's see. I know. It's all going according to plan. Alright, so far, Ubel still... if anything, I think this will be like an evolution point for Ubel. I'm assuming her evolution here will be based on being able to cut things that she thinks are uncuttable, right? I don't think, as funny and as interesting as Routine has been as a character so far, I just don't think they're actually going to be able to take down Ubel. Same thing for, obviously, Land here. But then again, I feel like this Land clone can die, and then Iris will end up losing to, like, the real Land who's hiding around, or another clone. Because we know that Land can do 2 clones at once. I think that's the max we've seen for him, 2 clones at once. So I'm assuming this one right here will end up perishing and costing a bunch of resources, but then that'll put Iris in a position where the real Land can come out, or Land can come out and absolutely violate her. So I'm assuming this will lead to an evolution. If not an evolution, this will just lead to a different way to use his clones. False has just noticed. Well, I'm not saying we gotta sacrifice somebody, but False is just sacrificable enough that I wouldn't be shocked if he actually dies. Just considering Werlos is the one who has him. It's not even like Guerrilla Warrior showed up yet, and obviously Guerrilla Warrior's main fight is going to be with Sane or Sign. What's we talking about names? But then we have the rest of our cast actually in motion. So Sere is only being guarded by Brain. Brain? For a guy who loves Frieren so much, I'm sure struggling with these characters' names. Senza. That's it. That's the other character whose name I always give you, because I just read it as Sense, but it's Senza. But, so I guess they left her just to be guarded by Senza while the Emperor is showing up. I know Sere has a communication plan, but I highly doubt she told anybody that. So I'm shocked everyone's just abandoning her. I don't think this is worth it at this point. You probably still want to stay around the main point of protection. But then again, we'll see. Yo, why is everyone's trip so immaculate? Yo, I look, you want to steal Sign's entire flow. We'll see. Oh, okay, so we're now back to regular. Let's see. Isn't it surprising how quiet it is here? Are you watching the Evening Star? Yes. It reminds me of the Southern Lands. Ah, okay. So yeah, he is the one with the future sight. That. I mean, like, it was pretty much implied when Sere said there's another from the Southern Lands who has that ability. But interesting. He will be the second of the Shadow Warriors then I think can use magic. Because obviously, well, no, third. Because technically, Lore the nun uses magic naturally. That's how she was tracking everybody. Then we have Clematis who used the concealing and hiding spell. And then now we have him, who presumably uses the future sight. Interesting, though. I'm impressed that he was able to, like, essentially use it so well that he could goad Sere into doing this anyway. Will he succeed? Maybe not. I don't know. A lot of y'all convinced he's not, and y'all kind of convinced me just in your confidence, but still, I could see booming Sere. That could, I mean, it would throw off, like, the quote-unquote main plot of reaching heaven and Frieren for, like, 50 more years, but still, who knows? Let's see. It reminds me of the Southern Lands, of my hometown. You and I would often gaze upon the night sky together. Oh, I didn't know this was about, I thought this was Clematis himself. Let's see. Gaze upon the night sky together. Held. You need not shoulder everything on... Oh, is that his name? Held? Or... Held. You need not shoulder everything on your own. I failed you as your master, but... So who are you? Wait. I mean, I guess it makes sense we're getting lore on the guy. He was on the cover page, and it's called the Land with No Hero. But interesting. Oh, and we literally... They may also be called a Land with No Hero, not just because Himmel may not have touched it, but also we do know that the South did have a hero, the hero of the South, who ended up sacrificing themselves for the sake of the hero's party down the line. So the South was literally left without a hero. So, but then again, at the same time, I can't tell how old Ro is supposed to be in particular. Because I'm trying to get the timing down. He would have had to have been born well after the hero of the South's death, right? Like, I mean, he looks like latest mid-50s. And I'm talking latest. Like, realistically, he could easily be like 30s, early 40s. And we know Himmel's been dead for upwards of 20 years. And we know the Heroes Party took place like over 80, like their actual quest took over place over like 80 years in the past. So I realistically don't think he could have been around to even know about the Hero of the South. So, and we also know the Hero of the South was the one with the foresight ability, right? Like they were the other, it was, so far we met 4 people who have like clairvoyance type abilities. It's Sere herself using spells she hasn't already given away and all the random fodder that died using the spells that Sere gave away. Then it is obviously Ro himself, at least I'm assuming it's Ro himself. And then it would be, I said 4 so confidently. Who are the other two? Oh, the Hero of the South, and then I forget the name of the demon general, but essentially he also had the perfect foresight ability. And it was actually the Hero of the South and the guy with the foresight ability who took each other out, essentially neutralizing each other's foresight, essentially playing the same game that Sere and Ro are playing right now. So I'm interested to see how this one's going to go. We know that presumably he used the foresight ability to kill Minus, one of the other great mages, but then again, we just don't know. We don't have any, like, outside of her being one of the 3 great mages from the mythical era, we know Sere's also, we're not Sere, Frieren's also considered a great mage from the mythical era, technically, or one of the 3 great mages. So, and we also know that Sere is levels upon levels upon levels above Frieren. So it's hard to tell. It's like while that is good scaling for Ro, he does seemingly have a foresight ability, which means he may have been able to easily do it. And also, we just don't know how strong Minus actually was. I think it's just a cool design. Her design feeds into my own Frieren OC, not for any particular reason other than I like that design and I applied it to my own. They have no relation, at least not in my canon. But, interesting. That's not true. And do not call me by that name. Okay, so his name actually is held. Once again, I know, it's like, I believe it's German? That's why all the names, like, they mean one thing to me, but they actually do have, like, different pronunciations and meanings. Well, and do not call me by that name. Do you understand the situation? This may be our last. So once again, it will be a repeat of essentially what happened to the Hero of the South, and I'm gonna look up the guy's name. I don't think the Hero of the South ever got a name, but let me look up. It was something the Magnificent, I do believe. Let me see. Close. I don't care about that. Let's see. Origin history. I just want to know which ones. Not Aura. Not Qual. Not any of you. Schlatt. There it was. It was Schlatt. He was able to see the future, I believe. Yeah, let me just double check. Yep, Schlatt the Omniscient. I'm not sure if we say his name like Schlatt the Omniscient. So he could also see the future. And we know that the Hero of the South, he took down 3, but mainly he took down the Omniscient. So presumably, Ro believes that he's going to go out in the same way that guy did. But technically, he in his, ironically, in a way to the Hero of the South, is unironically going to put them up, right? Because even with Frieren still being alive, since he succeeds in Sere, he's 2 for 1. He got a 2-for-1 special in terms of great mages, and he's just a guy. So very, very impressive on his part. Let's see. This may be our last. Do you understand the situation? I mean, I presume he sees the situation. This may be our last time. And that is exactly why I am Lo. Not see, I keep saying Ro. It's Lo. I am Lo, the Governor General of the Lower Beer Domain. And you are one of my servants. Why can I not read today? I can't remember anything and I can't read. Oh, I am Lo, the Governor General of the Lower Beer Domain. And you are one of the servants, my old man. Neither our identities nor our achievements will ever be recorded. So I'm assuming the old man here, quote unquote, is the one who trained him. So I wonder if he also has the foresight ability, or like I do wonder how unique the foresight ability he presumably is. But let's see. Oh, hand on his blade. In fact, what is about to happen cannot even be called an achievement. Humanity and demons alike will lose their mana, and we will be rid of magic. I don't think, unless we find out something super secret about Sere, that she's actually been secretly the Foundation all this time. She's like a Tengen-esque figure. I doubt all magic would be immediately lost upon her death. Actually, let me read this text first before I go too deep into it. But obviously, I do get the symbolism of him gripping the star itself. Sere being the star, the man reaching up to the stars and crushing them. Let's see. The laws of the world, rewritten in the time of myth, shall return to how they want. But see how, like, shall return to how they want. I just don't get it. Like, a ton of magical knowledge will go, but how will the very world? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go. That is all there is to it. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is still him explaining. All right. So this is literally his backstory. Magic has been the cause of each and every upheaval in my life. One of my earliest memories is my first experience with magic. My brother died protecting me from a stray spell. Arrows of light rained down from the sky, and all it took was a single one to steal his life. Okay. So I wonder who that was. I mean, we never get contact. I'm trying to think who. I don't think we have anybody who wields a light. Like, I'm trying to think of all the notable characters, like demons and mages we've seen. I don't know who that would have been. Like, it can't have been Qual. So, like, once again, it literally, like, I don't know. It can't be anyone we actually know, because this has to take place during the blank period. And by the blank period, I mean post Hero's Journey, but before start of narrative, because of how old Lo is here. Once again, unless Lo's like in his 20s, like, this cannot have taken place during the narrative, which he clearly is. Like, he's older than that. So I have no idea who this could have been. Maybe Solitar herself, but like even then, she doesn't use light spears or arrows of light. She uses swords. Can't have been mocked. He was sealed away by this point, I'm pretty sure. Or if he wasn't sealed away, gold guy. He wasn't going to do that. So, like, I don't know who this would be. All right. The southern land. The southern? I can't read. The southern lands where I was born were far beyond the demon's. Okay, so it was a mage. Were far beyond the demon's sphere of influence. And because of that, as ridiculous as it sounds, they were instead a place where it was just humans who shed each other's blood. Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing, though, Lo. I keep calling him bro. But here's the thing, Lo. Humans are always violent. Like, it's time to get philosophical. I can't speak or read today. It's time to get philosophical with Uncle Pencil. Humans are always violent towards other humans. Humans will always find a way to other you. You can all look the same. Think about, like, every single internal war ever. There always are internal wars. For good and bad reasons, but reasons in general. There will always be a reason. It doesn't matter the means. There will always be conflicts. I don't know why, like, ultimately, I don't know why Lo thinks, I mean, probably just because of bad experience with magic, and he literally says every upheaval has been the cause of every upheaval. So, like, he's probably just very biased towards magic. But, like, logistically, yeah, humans fought other humans and slayed other humans for no reason, or even reason that possibly could be, once again, we don't know. But still, like, that's what humans will do. Unfortunately, humans are just violent. And that sounds bad, like, especially as a person who doesn't believe in violence. But I also know my strong stance against violence definitely has exceptions where they can be broken, right? My life is in danger, I'm resorting to violence. Someone I care about's life is in danger, violence. Like, despite how staunch my beliefs are, they ain't that staunch. And once again, not everyone's me. Not everyone's the people I know. Not everyone cares that much. There are a lot of people who are desensitized to violence and even view it as something pleasurable, which I find genuinely insane, and I think you have a problem. But that is it. I better not be defocusing. It's been so long since I had to worry about that. But that's kind of the thing. Lo. Like, dog. I don't think this will be enough, but let's see. Magic was a weapon, and dying in the crossfire of a street fight wasn't uncommon. Okay. Oh, okay. So it wasn't even, see, but yeah, that's the thing, in a street fight. So, like, that does happen. That does happen. I suppose magic could be, like, the equivalent to, like, firearms in our current world, but still. It was the sort of thing that could happen to anyone. That's the madness that possessed my homeland. The second time I experienced magic is still burned deep in my memory. Okay, so what was this? Obviously, this wasn't a street fight, but interesting. So, very, very powerful random mages running around the Southernlands, I guess, because, like, who just has arrows of light raining down from the sky? Like, at least that's what seems to be the implication here, right? Like, it was just a random accident. So, what kind of random powerful man? I mean, I get they can see the future as well in the Southernlands, but still burned deep in my memory.
Overnight, my hometown simply ceased to exist. All that remained was the...
But see, like, who did this? Like, who? And this is, once again, this looks like another light attack. Who has light like this? Let's see.
All that remained was the rubble. I was left with nothing, not even the bodies of my parents. Though in truth, I could tell from the way the adults spoke that they had found bodies. There was no way they could show the children such grisly remains.
Yeah. And, like, I don't... It's funny, right? Because, you know, like, I'm a guy who does believe in, like, the good of people, the good of humanity. I believe there are people who have good in them. I'm not saying every single human is, like, innately violent and evil and mean and cruel. But, like, okay, I'm having focus issues again. I'm gonna have to check the camera. This has not happened in so long. First I get 2 confidence strengths, and then I have focus issues. I'm like, oh, the camera. But it is almost to a point where, like, it just, unfortunately, it makes sense, right? Like, that this stuff happens because some people don't like. It always sounds so dark when I say it. Like, I don't even like it. I don't even like the idea that I've, like, somehow, and is it weird to say I've internalized it? It's like it's not necessarily, I feel like it, well, no, technically it is internalization, but it feels strange to admit that, like, I just acknowledge this as a fact of life, right? Like, humans are innately violent. They will find reasons to be innately violent against other humans for very little to no reason at all. And whatever reasons they provide are typically illogical. And that's just it. And you know, even what he says next, and then I look at it.
But the thing that truly shocked me was the fact that this monstrous escape was simply collateral damage.
Yeah, as just the implications of conflict. And like I can definitely tell, especially like the light arrows, bang bang bang. Like, I know what that's a metaphor for. The beam of light from the sky that just wiped an entire town off the map. And certain bodies couldn't even be recovered or shown because they were such grisly remains. I know what that is. I can also tell what that. So, like, it's true. Like it's so true to life. But I suppose in the same way that I don't think what Lo wants is feasible, because ultimately magic is part of their world. I don't think you could spontaneously erase science from humanity. And I feel like even if you did, people would find their way back to it. Because ultimately, for some reason, one of humanity's core desires is how to destroy itself. And destroy itself more efficiently. Because no matter what, you take another human's life, you're destroying humanity. It doesn't matter if they look different from you. It doesn't matter if they sound different from you. It doesn't matter if they speak the same language. You're both human. You take another human life, you're creating less humanity. You're actively destroying it. And of course, we seek to do this in mass. And by we, I do mean people with the power to do such things. But even still, that is human on human violence. There is no. Well, let's not get too deep into it. Not the place at the time. Let's see.
It was simply collateral damage. It seemed the magic used in the war it seemed the magic used for the war in the southern lands was no longer under the control of humans.
Interesting. So I wonder, oh, is this minus? I'm guessing. Minus, why'd you randomly start tweaking out? Well, this doesn't look like this. This looks like a slightly different design. But what does they mean? What do they mean by the magic used for war in the Southern Lands was no longer under the control of humans? Did a demon take it? Like, maybe this is a demon, but this could also have been minus, and I could explain why Lo went for them first.
I was in shock. All I could do was stand there and stare. How many hours or days it was, I don't even know. I remember people trying to talk to me a few times and tried to help me get away from that place, but I stubbornly refused to move.
Yeah. There is a darkness that belies the human experience that exists in all people. I think everyone has darkness inside them. There is no, to quote Kingdom Hearts, princess or prince of heart. no pure being of absolute light. But I can understand when whatever light that does exist gets corrupted in darkness by the darkness of others. And I think it's very, very pivotal, very poignant that what put Lo down this path that led him to slay Midas and now work on the path to slay Sari and fundamentally rid the world of magic was light itself, right? First the light arrows that took his own brother from him, then the light that burned the set. This is what happens when I try to keep it light, but still talk seriously. I try to build on a Pokemon reference there, the light that burns the sky, which is clearly this light beam that just wiped out his entire town. And it is darkness begets darkness. And it can consume endlessly. No matter how much light there is. But hopefully there's always at least a little bit of light in there. Let's see.
But I stubbornly refused to move. The adults finally left, and I was enveloped in silence. I don't remember what it was that made me look up, but a fallen statue of Himmel the hero caught my eye.
The land with no hero. So this does, like I thought, it does take place well after the end of the hero's journey to slay the Demon King. Let's see.
It stirred up a memory of stories that my parents had often told me. He was a great hero, the kind any child would look up to. I wanted to become like him, too. I found myself desperately trying to write the statue. I knew it was a pointless thing to do. Yet even so, that statue, no, that hero who brought peace to the world, did not deserve to remain fallen in a place like that.
And you know, it's what's so crazy about that. The idea that Himmel inspired him is that Himmel was a being without magic who still had a deep love and infatuation for magic. A love that was born of Frieren and was only further nurtured by that. So it's funny, if Himmel is truly the inspiration for everything that Lo went on to do, in a way, he stands in direct opposition to probably what he would have wanted, what Himmel would have wanted. But honestly, that's kind of the beauty of interpretation, right? Like, the vagueness that comes with certain ideals. And, like, obviously, you know, the darkness. There's beauty and ugliness in it. But Himmel, the hero, the one who brought peace to the world, was the one who did it with a blade, with physical flesh, with raw power, not magic. And that stood for something for Lo. Or held. But in this case, it was interpreted in a different way. And that idea of interpretation, what does it even mean to be a hero? And what does how you were a hero, if you even were a hero, obviously no Himmel was, but still, you know, there are people who are viewed as heroes who definitely weren't. It's interesting to see that struggle, and very specifically this interpretation come to pass, essentially.
Did not deserve to remain fallen in a place like that. It was truly pointless. It wouldn't change anything.
Okay, so this is the old man.
It wouldn't change anything. But the Himmel, the hero from those stories, would have never stood aimlessly.
So yeah, Himmel inspired him to move.
But the Himmel, the hero from those stories, would have never stood about aimlessly in that situation.
He goes to lift up the statue, and then the old man comes here.
Let me give you a hand. That's how I met the man who became my master. It was simply a coincidence. But still, the statue of that great hero brought us together.
I wonder what brought him here, though. Well, then again, who knows? We'll see.
Do you like Himmel the hero, too? He was the one who inspired me to become a warrior and protect this land.
But you couldn't protect it enough.
I'm sorry, I was too late. But I won't ask for your forgiveness. You can blame me.
Let's see what hell has to say to that. You were somewhere far away, doing your best to protect other people, right? You did nothing wrong.
That's not the kind of thing a kid should have to tell me.
And that is, that's so true. Man, Frieren's writing is so good. I'm sorry. Let's see.
Weren't you my dad's friend? I've seen you a few times. So, this pain I feel, the regret that I couldn't help, the frustration, I know you feel the same way.
Like, a thing that hurts is the idea that one must exist with a constant knowledge of suffering. I think back in the day, before like the internet and the ability to simply broadcast the suffering, or at least the availability of information, when it was lower, it was very easy to sort of isolate oneself within one's own world, right? But now, with how much information sharing, information gathering has evolved and continues to evolve at rates beyond our comprehension and understanding, and will most certainly backfire on us. Trust me, it will. It will. I don't know why we didn't. For all the movies made about futuristic sci-fi tech destroying the world, we sure aren't taking lessons from it. At least not people with the ability to. It's hard to exist in the world knowing that suffering exists and there's almost nothing I can do about it. And what little I can do does not compare to what I wish I could do. But ultimately, I think that is also one of the twilight parts of life, right? I've been talking about light and darkness a whole lot in this review, and I think the idea of that balance where you need to be able to understand what is happening but not be consumed by it, I think is very important. And ultimately, the ability to move forward in spite of what is lost. And what you know is being lost at the very second you interact, you speak, you listen, you do other things. As you enjoy your life, you know there is most certainly, of the 8 billion people on this planet, someone is suffering. It's difficult. It's very difficult. You have to be able to... It sounds so strange to say you have to move forward. And you have to move forward with determination to help who you can help. To do what you can do. Because ultimately, that's all we can do at the end of the day. But let's see.
Again, that's not the way a kid should be taking all this. His name was Lehrer. Only learned about it later, but he was the Southern Land's strongest warrior. He had survived countless battles, and was praised for emerging victorious in every single one. The irony was palpable.
Yep. And that's like... And that's the idea of like superheroism in general, right? Like if you can have all the power in the world, what does it matter if you're not in the right place in the right time, right? What does it matter if you have all the power but people don't appreciate you for it? And by appreciate you for it, I mean like allow you to do what you could do with that power. Like it's a complication, right? It's a complication, right? Like it's why whenever I had like a whole series going on, who knows, it may come back. But I ran through a lot of Kryptonian biology, so I'm not sure if I could. But essentially, in like the Superman little series I did over on TikTok, I was many people in the comments were like, man, with all this power, how come Superman doesn't just fix every single problem? And it's like, well, one, plot and comics, and two, it would be difficult to, even if I were to grant someone the powers of Superman, to fix every single problem, every single thing, especially considering where before we can understand that they're suffering beyond our comprehension and control thanks to the nature of like information and how it's shared. Like a Superman, a Kryptonian with their powers fully unlocked could understand everything, could hear everything, could process everything and do something about it. But after a point, it becomes like, what do you do that isn't going to at least perpetuate suffering in some other way? I don't know. It's complicated. Let's see.
In these lands beset by constant warfare, all it took...
Yep, literally. There it is.
All it took to overcome this invincible warrior was simply his absence. No matter how powerful someone was, it could not change the fact that they were just one person. Yet his eyes still shone with an unshakable determination, as though there was something he could never give up on.
Oh, alright. 16 pages, so there we go on a height. Alright.
This place is like the underworld. I used to believe that if I just kept fighting, one day some hero would show up and bring peace to the Southern Lands. But you can't rely on other people to save you. Nobody like that ever appeared. If I truly wish for peace, I'll have to make that happen myself. That's what the hero Himmel would do. In retrospect, perhaps that statue and the story of the hero who never gave up were what rekindled his determination.
But see, now I wonder, how do these two people, consumed by the idealism of the hero, end up the way where they did, right? And notably, the invincible hero seemingly isn't even remembered, as he's now just a servant. It's like very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm glad to get backstory on him. I'm glad to get understanding, and this is an undeniably worthy chapter. It is a chapter seeped in agony, seeped in pain, I suppose. But unfortunately, I can say the pain is very, very real. It's very, very true to life and true to form. But of course, if you're always in this video, please do me a favor and leave "What is a hero?" Question mark at all. Leave "What is a hero?" in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the notifications will miss out on every second of the channel. Also, we have a pinch down below. You support me for as low as $1 a month to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. So now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include live reactions to this year's amateur review, and variations of all my videos, and if you come to our Patreon and Total member, you can order whatever video you want. Also a link to my co-fans down below. You drop 5 beans for a short video, 20 beans on video, and 8 beans on any support is always greatly appreciated. And I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dagger the Pencil, writing off.
I'd like to thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zara, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Guillaume, Pura Ura, Alex Kenny, Enzo, Swift Strike, Super Flame Zero, Yuki Ally, Azo2404, Striker Man, Aso8, Grim, Black Sage, Marco 222, Straw, Twisted, Ollie, Da Boy, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Magic, CCC, Official Popeyes, and Ramondo Frieren. I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: A+A, Kevin, Encarnacion, Dread Zoan, Sean, and Midnight Lord 21. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our Ink tier members: Austin Wimberly Auchia, King RTX, and then Shrimpo, the 4th Shrimp 06. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our digital art tier members, J Warrior and AZ Void. I'd like to give a final thank you to our colored art tier patrons, Walking Munoz and Walking Munoz.